So let me start my video. There we go. What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am good. I'm happy the weekend is here and ready for a fun weekend. How about you?
Yeah, I just got back to America for the first time in 2 months, so just getting ready to play a show here before I head to South America.
Amazing. Where did you come from?
I went to 5 continents, so I just came in from Georgia, Tbilisi, Georgia. I did a 28-hour travel day yesterday, 3 flights, and it was a long one, but I'm alive. Woke up, went to the gym. I'm fully on American time now. I didn't sleep for 28 hours, and then I just crashed out, and I'm ready to rock.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I just got back from Europe also and I didn't sleep
Where'd
at
you go?
all. I went to London, Paris, and Rome. I'd never been to Europe and I did not sleep on my flight coming home and I just got back to normal.
Yeah, it's all about the timing with this. I don't get jet lag because I just know exactly how to get my body rhythm going. And you just have to, if you're getting onto European time, for example, from America, you need to like take some melatonin at 5 p.m. in the afternoon and try to crash out. You just have to look at where you're going. And I literally haven't had jet lag for probably years of my life. I can't remember the last time I experienced it.
Yeah, I didn't even experience it either because I did exactly what you just said.
Drink a bunch
Well,
of coffee.
I know, totally. Well, I'm super excited to have you. I'm Gossip Greg with 96.7 Kiss FM here in Austin, and we've got Oliver Tree. You might know him from TikTok because you got a hefty following on TikTok and just like all the things. I've been following you for a while now, so I'm like excited to have you on here and excited for your show coming up in January 31st at ACL Live. Have you ever been to Austin?
I've been many times. I did Austin City Limits Festival a few times. I did it 2 years ago, I believe. Not this past year, but I did it the year before, and
Ah.
I loved it. It's an amazing festival, one of my favorites.
It is the best festival. I know I saw that you have actually done a ton of festivals, including Coachella, and I've never been to Coachella, so that needs to be on the list. But ACL is the best time. I actually just did my fifth ACL this year.
I love it. I'll say it right now. I think ACL is better than Coachella. That's my personal.
Really?
Yeah, I personally like it more.
Oh my gosh, I just got chills, and Austin is going to love you so much for that because I agree. It is literally my favorite time of the year. October, so fun. You got Halloween vibes, you got the fall, you got all the things, and it is just so awesome.
I love Austin. I think it's one of my favorite cities in the entire planet. If you ask me right now,
Oh my
Austin is the
God.
best city in America.
Oh my gosh. That was one of my questions. Like, what is your favorite part about Austin, and what do you plan on doing while you're in town?
Last time I went out to I don't party, I'm sober, but I randomly went to the club and it was like the most crazy poppin' club ever. It was just I went with some other artists and it was so epic. Just the amount of people that were crammed into this one space. And usually I hate that kind of thing, but it was
Yeah.
just people are amazing. The food is on another level, the caliber, the barbecue, the brisket. There's so much good food there that I would have to say that. Also, I went kayaking on the
Oh,
river. That is an
yeah.
epic experience.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, I ride scooters around there. I'll rent one of those scooters, the electric scooters, and ride through right across town. There's some really great scootering around Austin.
Oh, totally. We got the trail around Lake Austin. We've got so many lake activities. I tell people all the time, I was like, I'm from the Gulf Coast, so I'm from like beach weather and all the things. But like moving to Austin, we've got so many water activities that summertime is the best time here in Austin. It is so legit. Um, yeah. So I'm actually gonna give away a pair of tickets and a vinyl of your new album, and I'd love to like know more about your new album and like your thoughts on putting it together and all the things.
Yeah, this album is something I've been working on for 3.5 years. I made 11 different versions of it. So I kept changing the material, kept evolving it. I recorded a lot of it in Brazil. I was living in Rio de Janeiro. It's where I
Oh,
finished it. I had a great time there. That's one of my favorite places in the world as well, outside of America, I
wow.
would say. For this year, Rio de Janeiro is my main spot that I was enjoying. The beaches
Amazing.
there are insane. If you ever get the chance to go, it's a number one choice. But then basically this album is it's a mixture of my attempt to try to make pop music. So it's it's really not pop. It's everything I do is left of center. It's always going to be a little bit alternative leaning, which means just, it's not bubblegum pop. I write every lyric, every melody. I take a lot of pride in that. I produce all the music. So for me, it's not manufactured pop. It's coming from a real songwriter and from a vulnerable, honest place. And it's not fabricated by these huge studios and these huge groups of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it makes for a bigger product and bigger success. But ultimately, I have a lot of pride in making music by myself and with my friends. And, I learned a lot from big pop producers, but I ended up not using any of the music. I just wrote their rules down, their notes, and kind of applied it to the music I make with my friends. And
Yeah.
the album is called Alone in a Crowd. And, during the process of this, like you were mentioning, my TikTok got like 15 million followers over the course of making this album. And so I felt like that was something I was dealing with. And it's not really all positive. Honestly, a lot of that becomes negative, whether it's the way that your life gets affected. You see, when you get a lot of love, you get a lot of hate, but
Yeah.
also just, your life becomes like, it's a nuisance at a certain point. You're getting stopped and you're trying to live a normal life and people follow you and it gets uncomfortable at times. And not to complain about that, but it was something where I was like, I felt more and more isolated and Rapunzeled. And so I realized, that's not a relatable theme. No one else is going to be like, oh, that's so relatable. But
Yeah.
feeling lonely is relatable. And the more success that I had, the more people that knew of me, the more lonely I ended up feeling. So I realized that we all feel lonely. And I wanted
Yeah.
to make some reminder that, although we all feel lonely, if you look around, everyone experiences that at least at some point or another. So it makes it a little bit less lonely. And even people who have a partner, they go to bed with their own thoughts in their head. And the experience of living on this planet is a lonely one. So for me, I wanted to make
Yeah.
something that celebrated that and was a reminder that, hey, we're in this together.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And when you mentioned lonely, I completely understand that because I live here. My whole family is elsewhere. And it's just like you live by yourself. I've got two dogs. And luckily, I've got like an amazing friend group. And I swear by Wednesday, I need social time because I get lonely in like my home by myself. So I love that you bring that up because it's very relatable for sure. Especially for people our age, me and you I'm a little bit older than you. I'm like 2 years older than you, but we're right there at the same. So I kind of get what you're saying, but, and I love that you travel. So you're mainly in California, but you are all over the place,
Not
aren't you?
yeah, not mainly anywhere. This year, I was only in California for 2 months.
Oh,
So the bulk of
wow.
the year, that was only 2 months in America even. The rest of the year, I just been traveling.
How
This
cool.
doing a 3-month around the world trip right now. So I just did 2 months. I started in Bali, Indonesia, played a show there, toured across Australia from there. I just was hopping around. Then I went to London, then up to Africa. Then from Africa, I went across Europe and the UK for a month. And then I just spent a couple weeks in Georgia, Tbilisi, Georgia, which is like right next to Russia, basically. And
Uh-huh.
then I came here to Florida, first time in America in 2 months, and playing one show. And then I'm going straight to Buenos Aires, Argentina. From Argentina over to Chile. And then from Chile, I'm going to Antarctica. I'm going to play a show there. I'm
Wow.
super excited. On December 13th to 20th, I'm taking this boat ride with Diplo and a couple other people, and we're playing a show in Antarctica. There's limited seats left. It's a very small, I think only 100 people can fit on this boat. And we're going to
Wow.
be going through Antarctica. It's my last continent I never been to. And yeah, and then from there, I'm going back to Chile. Then I go to my hometown, Santa Cruz. For Christmas, I go up to Reading, my grandmother's house. Then I go from there to Cambodia, and then that's the year's done. So I'm
Yeah.
really, that's in 3 months. I'm going to all 7 continents. I've been doing selfies in this one, my favorite shirt. It's a Dumb and Dumber shirt, and
I
I
love it.
basically take pictures on each continent in the same shirt. So I was just in, like I said, Tbilisi, uh, in Georgia, this country, which most people never heard of, and I went up to Kazbegi, which is 6 miles from the Russian border. And I climbed up a mountain and it was fully snowing, blizzard. Like our car almost got stuck. And I'm taking a selfie in this t-shirt in the snow. And there's literally fans there. They're like, what are you doing here? What is going on? But it's like, it's been quite a journey, man. I love traveling so much. And I don't live anywhere. I don't pay rent. I don't own a house. I just travel and
Oh,
explore. And
cool.
makes
Oh,
me
man.
feel less lonely too, because it's such a human experience, getting to
Yeah.
experience culture and different types of food, different types of music. Like I was just in Germany playing a TV show performance in Germany, and like to sit around these couches with all these German artists and to just hear them all speaking in German and to be hanging out with them and getting a chance. Like it was truly a real deep dive into German culture. And I went,
Yeah.
that's just one day out of all these different places that I was like, you said you went to those places. I
Yeah.
didn't go to Rome. I was in Milan. I went to see Madonna there and went to a bunch of different
Amazing.
show there. Yeah. And then, but
Rome.
basically, I was just in, Paris and
Oh
all
yeah.
whatever the places you said. I can't even remember anymore. But like,
London. I went to London
yeah,
and Paris and Rome, and London was just amazing. Paris was so cool. Like you said, like taking in their culture and like also it was really easy to navigate. It was my first time going to Europe and it was so easy to navigate. People like kind of scare you and they're like, "Oh, they're going to be rude and blah blah blah." Everybody was so nice. I
nice.
literally did not wanna come home. And yeah,
That's the thing. That's exactly. I haven't gone home. I didn't.
I
I just
love
left.
it.
I don't even have a home anymore. I
Mhm.
realized that everywhere becomes your home at that point. Home's a mindset. It's like just
Totally,
what is home for me? Hopefully, having some clean underwear and some clean socks and a clean
totally.
t-shirt. And what they taught me in Brazil was you can wear your underwear 4 different ways. So you can turn it around, you can flip it inside out, and turn it around again. So you can figure out the solution.
You definitely can. Before I let you go though, because I can't wait to ask you all about your travels when you're here in Austin on January 31st. But before I let you go, I'd love to know your number one high of 2023.
Well, I would have to say falling in love would probably be the highlight for
Oh
me.
my
Starting
God.
Yeah, and I've been able to travel the world with that person, so that's been very special. And also
Amazing.
putting on the show. The last thing, I'll say is like this show, I worked on it for 7 years. I've invested millions of dollars as a mixture of a TV show, a movie, a concert, a play, WWE wrestling, scooter stunts, stand-up comedy, motivational speaking, even a little belly dancing. I wrote a 35-page screenplay for this thing. So it's literally like a movie that comes to life and has all the different eras of my project. And it's something I've been working on so hard for so long. So to get a chance to bring that around the world has been really, it's changed my life. It's been a
I
beautiful
love
thing. And
it.
now I've oiled the machine and it's
Heck
perfect
yeah.
now. And I get to bring it back to North America to do it right.
Well, we can't wait to see you in Austin and catch up again. You're freaking awesome. And I'm so glad that you took the time to talk to me. So nice to meet you. And hopefully we get to meet in person in
Yeah, I'll
January.
come in. I'll do an interview in
Come
person
on.
next time.
Would love
Can't
that.
wait.
Thank you. Love it. Have a good
Amazing.
weekend. Okay.
Appreciate you. Have a great one.
All right.